One of the most frustrating things that we can hear when we don't know how to do it are these three words: just be you. Oh my goodness. How do you do that? How do you just be you? There are so many beautiful and wonderful things about us, but we can't always see it. We're not always surrounded by people who can see it. Then you tell, just be me. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I've got something for you. I have created a workbook, Meeting Me Where I Dream. And the value of this workbook is that it gives you time to focus on who you are on the inside and developing that person so that you can live the life that you want to experience. Very broad, sounds very cliche. A lot of coaches do that. That's our thing. We help you live the life you want to live. As cliche as it sounds, you'd be surprised how many people don't do it. Okay, so Meeting Me Where I Dream. I got this from a quote I saw at one of the schools I served at as a family support specialist. And the quote said this: "Don't meet me where I am, meet me where I dream." Now, I find this to be so exciting because when I think about the best dreams, those dreams uplift us. They elevate our thinking, our perspective, our consciousness. They connect us to people who are also dreaming those wonderful dreams we're able to build. We are invigorated by those dreams, and we can have a beneficial effect on people as a result. So I'm talking about those dreams, not the sick and twisted dreams, not those, but the good stuff, why we're here, right? And so in this workbook, you're going to go on a journey that helps you to embrace your uniquenesses and your imperfections. Why? Because who you are at your core is good, but the limits of your flesh and your mind, the limits of your body and your mind, prevent you from making the best choices all the time. We get hungry, we get angry, we get lonely, we get tired, we get frustrated, all these things are part of the human experience. And sin, error, mistakes, falling short, all these things, whatever you want to call it, they're all part of the human experience. So how do we keep ourselves on track towards what we want to have, and first, who we want to be, who God has made us to be? We've got to get into who we are on the inside. And this workbook helps young people do this. This is actually a workbook that we will use if you and I work together. And you can also do it without me. Maybe you and I will not work together now. Maybe we won't ever work together. But you can have this copy of some pages I've created to give you a structure for meeting yourself where you dream and expanding yourself, fusing the intelligence of your heart with social emotional learning so that you can experience spiritual growth and satisfaction. Now, I don't know about you, but that is very exciting. Now, if you're a teenager, you'll be like, well, Ashley, why does this apply to me? I'm glad you asked. This applies to you because you struggle with managing your needs to be perfect. You don't feel like you need to be perfect, but there's something inside of you that's just like, I gotta improve, or I can't do anything wrong, or, I've got to get them to like me, I've got to make it. You've got all these lists of what you need to do, and you're not clear on who you are. I'll give you another one. How does this apply to you? You're trying to fit in, but you don't know you already belong. Okay, I'll give you one more. How does this apply to you? Well, I want to be the person that I feel like I'm supposed to be, which is, this good-hearted, respectful, sincere, brilliant person. But I don't know how to be that because my environment doesn't always show me that I'm that. I kind of have to find out on my own. This book is for you. So this book contains 40 pages of worksheets that are very interactive, very engaging, and it just helps you to tap into who you are. Yeah? Who are you on the inside? And there's plenty of tools in here that will help you to explore your life's purpose. It will help you to Think about your emotions and what you are ready, willing, and capable of experiencing. And it helps you to interrogate those beliefs you hold that limit you from being the person that you want to be. Okay, we live in an age where everyone is taking center stage on who they are externally. Well, I'm this and I'm this. And I've even spoken to some young people who are very clear in their eyes on how they present themselves, whether it's gender or sexual orientation, but they're not able to tell me what they like about themselves. This is very, very daunting, because how is it that you can tell me who you are on the outside, but you can't tell me who you are on the inside? And if you can tell me who you are on the inside, can you share with me some knowledge about how you plan to get from point A to point B? We can't do this on our own. We can't do this on our own. I'm not putting anybody down for presenting themselves to be a certain way. My concern is that people are, speaking who they are externally, but they're not doing their inner work. And they think they're part of a social justice movement, but really they're stagnant. Okay? So on page 8, I want to draw your attention. This is a life design tool, for example, okay? And life design tools are really important because it helps you to design your life in a direction that, is most beneficial for you, the people you love, and the community that you want to be a part of. Everything is not just about one person. It may start off that way, but it's not. We're all in this together. So this tool helps you to distinguish between who you are on the inside, what you do because of who you are on the inside, and what you have because of what you do. Now, this is really important because young people, knock on the door, ding, 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 ding. Young people, I'm at the door, and I want you to consider who you are on the inside. How does that vary from what you do because of who you are? Or how is it in sync? See, these are questions that are really important because many people can talk a good talk, but they don't know what they're talking about. They can't walk it like they talk it, as the Migos would say, right? So I want you to be stable. I want you to be clear. I want you to be certain. I want you to be fulfilled. And you are at a place of fulfillment when you are expressing your values through the way that you live. And we know you're expressing your values when we can see them on your calendar, when we can see them in the events that you participate in. Okay, so this workbook will take you through a journey where you begin with embracing yourself, and then you pay attention to who you are and what you have so you can learn how to play to win. And when we say play to win, we're not saying win against someone else, but be better than the person you were yesterday, because it's all about you improving you. And again, managing that need to improve so that we can be present. Improvement is part of the human experience. We're supposed to get better. But when we obsess with getting better, that's when our lives can take a different turn. Once you spend some time engaging with these tools of play to win, then it's winning from within. And winning from within is a mindset. Again, being better than you were yesterday. And from win from within, it's training your brain. So you're training your brain from start to finish. But you are being very particular with, your mental and spiritual diet. What are you consuming? Thought-wise, food-wise, activity-wise, conversation-wise, all of these things. And then there's some tools so you can go to the next level in your life. And again, it's very engaging. We talk about emotional health and wellness and how that's a key to how we show up in the world. And there's ways for you to color. There's some tools in there so you can continue to organize. And I'm just going to give away the last page. It says, I met myself where I dream. Now I am awakening. Imagine meeting yourself where you dream and coming to a new place of awakening. I've done that. It's wonderful. And I continue to do that because I'm always growing and I'm always evolving in the presence of God. Now, I want to share with you a picture of me from 10 years ago. I was 26 years old. I was working as a children's ministry director, and I was actually, just available to whatever God had for me. I was in ministry, so I was like, God, whatever you want from me, I am yours. The challenge with being in that space was that I wasn't clear on who I was on the inside. I was becoming more clear, but the history, my history, was weighing on my present. So I didn't know how to set internal boundaries. The way that we talk about boundaries and self-care today, that was not a thing 10 years ago. There may have been among certain groups of people, but not regular folk like me. So for those of us who grew up in families, low-income families, less resources, more stress, and those kids who grew up to be high achievers because the expectation was put on us to be successful, but we may have not been equipped. We had to learn how to do it on our own. All of that weighs on us internally. So then I was dealing with all that stuff, and again, I was at every altar call. I was also on the prayer team. So if I wasn't, going down to pray, have someone pray for me, I was praying with someone because, again, I was on the prayer team. And I was fully available, but I had to learn how to be available to myself. I had to learn how to meet me in the space where God was already calling me to be. And it's not the place in front of the church and on the microphone or in the back with the kids or, out front selling whatever or washing cars, because I did all of that. And praise God for being able to participate. It's such a great thing to be able to participate in that way, to contribute in that way. But God wanted me to know Him at a new level. And I had to spend time with Mother God because I heard about Father God, but Mother God exists at the same time and brings us in, holds us, loves us like her mothers do. Yes? So why am I saying this? Because it's very easy to hear just be you and get frustrated. But I want you to know that you don't have to just be you and be frustrated. You can have support, and whether you and I work together or not, there exist tools. And you don't even have to get this tool. You can download another tool. But if you want to download this tool, it's available to you, $25, lifetime access, okay? I do ask that you would practice integrity and not sell copies of it. But if you do, that's on you, okay? I will, be good and do good, okay? I bless you. I thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.